Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322. Apologies if my voice is a little bit different, it's really early in the morning, but I need to make this video because a lot of the questions and comments that I've been getting over the past 24 hours have been from people claiming that advanced handling flags have been removed from cars from the casino DLC, and that is just absolutely not true. All cars that previously had advanced handling flags, like the cars that you see in this list, they all still have them. So for those who don't know what advanced handling flags are, I'll leave a link to the videos where I go in depth on them and explain what they are and what they do to the cars that have them down below in the description and the pinned comment. But the quick version is that ever since the Southern San Andreas Super Sport Series DLC, these extra advanced handling flags have been added to cars and it's given them undesirable characteristics. So first of all, we had cars that were quite bouncy and that had weird engine physics, and then with the last update we got cars that didn't have the weird engine physics and the weird engine revving, but they still were very bouncy, and in most cases, as the case with, for example, something like the Italy GTO, were extremely bouncy. And that was caused by the advanced handling flags. There was a specific flag added to a car in the handling files that caused it specifically to be bouncy. Now, a lot of people are saying that advanced handling flags have been removed with the Casino DLC, and they haven't. So if you see anybody saying that, direct them to this video. I am going to be making a more in-depth video later on that explains exactly what they've done, what the differences are, what the sort of these new advanced handling flags that we're seeing from previous from the Casino DLC, which I'll explain about. But I needed to get this video up just to kind of go over and get it out there that advanced handling flags have not been removed. What they have had done to them is that they've been changed, so their behaviour is a bit different to what it once was. However, that doesn't mean to say that a car like the Taipan, which is pretty slow and not that great in terms of engine, it doesn't mean to say that it's suddenly going to become quick, and in most cases a lot of the cars with advanced handling flags aren't going to really improve all that much. They're all going to be about the same. But it is most noticeable the change that's been made with the Italy GTO. Obviously the Italy GTO was extremely bouncy and pretty much, horrible to drive. Now it is still bouncy, but it is easier to drive, so it's not as bad as what it used to be. That makes a difference because the Italy GTO was so close to the very top, even in its bouncy state. Obviously, these are the kind of vehicles that we got from the Arena War DLC, which these didn't have the flags that made the engines cut out when you went over any kind of bump, but they had the bouncy flag, which makes them pretty much a nightmare to drive. Some of the muscle cars were terrible to drive, and after having driven them again, the beautiful Schlager GT that didn't have any flags. Some of the muscle cars like the Vamos, for example, are still terrible to drive. So these changes aren't going to make the world of difference, except on something like an Italy GTO, where it was so badly affected by it that a small change is going to have a significant difference. Now, the Italy GTO, as you'll see as I'm driving around, it's still, in certain circumstances, in certain areas, it's still bouncy. It can still react poorly over curbs and bumps, but it's nowhere near how bad it was last time. And if I go to a certain part of the track, when I was testing the Italy GTO, I had to completely avoid a certain bump because it just would not go over that bump at full speed. It was this one here, whereas now you can see it does go over. There is still some bounce there, as you can see. It's not going to be like other sports cars in the game where you can just drive them without having any issues, but it is significantly improved, and we're going to see obviously that with all of the cars that were affected by advanced handling flags. When it comes to the engine flags, the ones that have been the ones in the past that used to change the engine characteristics so that if you went over a bump you would lose speed, it seems like those have been changed as well, but now there's some sort of weird engine restriction with some of those cars. So for example, something like the Entity XXR isn't suddenly going to become one of the top supercars again. As you can see there was still a little bump from the Italy, but nowhere near the crash that you would have had previously. One final thing to note is that the new cars from the Casino DLC have a new type of advanced handling flag, but it doesn't seem like it does much. So we can, for all intents and purposes, really say that the new cars from the Casino DLC, they're just like normal cars. They don't have any kind of flags. Having said that, there are 4 cars that do have the bouncy flag, and that's the Neo, the Zion Classic, the Nebula Turbo, and the Novak, which is the new SUV. The Neo is one of the sports cars, and then there's 2 sports classic cars. 4 of those 4 cars all have the bouncy flag that the cars from the Arena War DLC had, so they aren't going to be as nice to drive as the other cars from this DLC. Obviously we're going to get all these cars from drip feeding, and we'll go over those as well in the future. Also, I will be doing retesting. Obviously I'm going to be going back and retesting every single car that was affected by advanced flags to see if it's any better, see what kind of lap time it gets. And I'll be getting those videos out as soon as I possibly can, but obviously there's a lot of cars that were affected, so it's going to take a bit of time. If you can be patient, the videos will come, but I needed to get this video out there. And also, like I said, I'll be making a video that's going to actually fully go in depth about the advanced handling flags and explain what they've changed, but that will be more of a fact-finding video. But I needed to get this video out there because I see so many comments of people saying that advanced handling flags have been removed, and they haven't. And also people telling me to... Okay, this is awkward. Better not do that in a video. And people telling me that I need to retest the cars. Of course I'm going to be retesting them. I'm going to be retesting all the cars. I test everything, you know that. So I just wanted to get this video out there to let you guys know that, you know, things have changed, but they're not completely fixed. They're not completely removed, but they are better than what they used to be. But don't expect miracles when it comes to differences in lap time or top speed or something like that. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Plenty more videos to come, like I've said previously, but thank you all so much for the support, and I'll see you next time.